and start the road trip.
So we're at Woomera on the way to Hawker and then to Flinders Ranges, and we've come across a giant red gum tree. It says it's in excess of 500 years old and it's nearly 11 metres high. It's pretty big. So we've reached our next stop, about half an hour from the town we were just in. It's called Borough, this one. It's an old copper mining town, and this is the old railroad, opened in 1870. And yeah, now we're moving on, heading towards the Flinders Ranges.
So we're 2 hours into our road trip on our way to Flinders Ranges, and we've just stopped off at Farrell Flat to look at the silo art.
The silo art depicts a RX-55 locomotive train that shut down in the late 1990s, and it opened access to this small village that's really in the middle of nowhere of South Australia, as you can see from how quiet the town is. So we just left the campsite and now we're at Akaroo Rock, which is a very famous Aborigine piece of artwork in South Australia. So it's a 2-hour round trip, a 3k route. So let's see how we go.
We just made it to the top of the Akaroo Rock, where you can see lots of Aboriginal art, which is thousands of years old, which is pretty cool to see. Not seen anything like this before, so it's pretty cool that it's all still restored and kept here.
So we left the Aborigine site and now we're heading towards our next camp, which is Port Augusta, and we've stopped at a town along the way called Hawker. I think he said it has a population of 490, and still we get some amazing views of the Flinders Rangers. So we've just reached Corn. It's a sleepy old town, and like most of the towns we've been through so far, it became famous because it had the Piri Ritchie railway that came through here, and also known as the Garn. It's the busiest town around, but still very quiet and stuck in the 1800s, I'd say. So on the way to Cornwall we stopped again. Now we're at a place called Aqaba Station. There are lots of flies around because it's very dry. This is a great example of the aspirations of early colonisers. It was used as a sheep shearing farm in 1 year. The sign said they sheared 40,000 sheep, and it was one of the biggest in South Australia, with 28 shearing stations, so it's pretty impressive. And well, we'll go and have a look around the building.
We've just arrived in Port Augusta and found our campsite for the night. We're just out exploring the city at the moment, and we've come across the water tower, which we've just been up, and got some really nice views of the city. So we're going to go and explore some botanic gardens now.
So we've just arrived at the Botanic Gardens in Port Augusta, and then we are going to Flinders Lookout, which is just down the road.
So we arrived in Port Augusta, and the idea was to go camping. However, we pitched our tent and then the wind had other plans and nearly broke our poles and took our tent away. So we tried to another campsite, but it was still incredibly windy there. So we then decided we're going to have a motel for tonight. So we found, very last minute, a motel that we are now currently in for tonight.
So we came to the motel. It's called Pimba Motel, and we booked a room. I think it was $87, and it was absolutely appalling. It was dirty everywhere, and the paint and plasters coming off on the walls, and there was mould, and yeah, it was a bit of a fail. And after complaining, we've been moved to another room. I'll just do a show around. It's better, still not the cleanest, but it'll have to do for the night, I guess, till tomorrow.
So we survived our night in the motel. We had lots of freight trains go through in the night, which was nice and noisy, and we saw a little gecko in our room, which was fun, trying to get him out before we went to bed. And we're now in the car on the road to Woomera.
So we've left Port Augusta and we're on our way to our camping site, which is a place called Pimba. And we've just come down this, well, very unmade road, as you can see. And we've stopped off at a place called Fish Mountain, which is that rock over there, in the middle of Salt Lake. It's pretty cool. This whole town used to be part of the British RAF, and the whole place was restricted till 1982 when it became a village. It was opened in 1947 as a rocket testing ground, hence the graveyard for rockets. And it's a really cool place to see, and definitely would recommend coming. What are you having for dinner tonight?
A chicken sweet corn risotto.
Very nice. It's the setup. We've just got two little hobs, just butane gas, and we've got the whole spot to ourselves at the moment.